How you doing, everybody? It's Anthony and Jordan with a very interesting video for the Kia 2012, what is this?
Optima.
2012 Optima. And we're going to go down a rabbit's hole here because what we're going to be talking about as I give you a tour of the dashboard is the switch for the brakes, for the when you put your foot on the brake pedal and it makes the brake lights turn on, and the ton of problems that this causes when the little rubber piece fails. And I'm doing this intro to tell you that we were going to make more videos about other problems I was going to fix on this car, but this has fixed those problems.
It's a miracle.
I'm dumbfounded, and I'm not lying to you, right?
And here we thought it was a transmission.
We thought it was a transmission. I thought it was the throttle pedal position sensor. I thought it was the motor that controls the drive-by-wire up front that is connected to the traction control computer that made the traction control computer light turn on. And I'm going to show you how to very quickly fix this problem using a fur clip that'll stop it from ever happening again, as compared to the rubber garbage that Kia used that just melts, disintegrates, and causes all these problems that everybody thinks is transmission, that everybody thinks is the throttle position sensor. Everybody thinks is a ton of problems. It's just something you can fix with a fur clip that makes all your lights, the trouble lights, turn off. Everything responds smoothly like a brand new car. It's just a brake switch. I can't believe it. So everybody sit back and watch this show of me suffering to fit my butt under here to demonstrate how I fix this thing. Enjoy. I'm here topping off the battery right now. Initially, we didn't know the reason why the battery was going flat. Thought maybe a light was on in the interior or whatnot. The strangest thing, however, on this car, and maybe this is something that affects all new cars, is if you have the brake depressed, even with the power completely off, the brake lights, they just run, right? Now I'll show you. So the car is completely off right now, and the brake pedal is broken. We'll get into that. And I work my way back here, and you can see the brake lights are on. So naturally, over the course of time, the battery's going to go flat, and that's it, which I think is ludicrous. I wouldn't know why the brakes would illuminate if you depressed them when the keys are out of the ignition. That's a whole other story. It also affects the center brake light up top. I believe this is a common occurrence on a Kia. It's actually quite simple to fix because there is a hole right there by the switch. You can see the problem right here with the piece broken off. There's no contact made with that switch. This white piece right here is the switch that shuts off the brake light. When that metal bar comes up, it never actually makes contact, and the reason is because that black plastic piece broke out, right? So the brake always stays on as if the brakes are engaged. And if you look just off to the side of it, there is a hole there where the connection went in. So now if you're stuck in a situation, you don't have the OEM part, you need to have a way of not having your battery drain and use your car. What do? There's a simple fix. This is a demonstration, so whatever you do so at your own risk. You know what I mean? So yeah, throwing that out there. So I got a standard size General Motors type fur clip. Our first order of business is we're going to be removing this key from the switch. I'm going to show you where it is. I'm going to attempt to remove it on the camera so we can see how I remove this. This is the key that's used to set the distance. That key's right here. It's got the little green tab on it. We're going to pull it straight out like that. Doesn't have to come all the way out. You can see it just sort of hangs here. It sort of locks. Leave it alone. And this allows the entire unit to rotate like that, and it can move forward and back. See? Just like that. So I'm going to take the fur clip, and I'm going to put it through that hole. I don't know if I can while I'm on the phone. There's no room to hold down the pedal, so I'm going to have to put the phone down to do this. So you can see now I got the fur clip pushed halfway through, and now I'm just going to use a pair of pliers just to pull it the rest of the way. There we go. It's seated. Now there's a soft plastic surface on the top of that metal. One small part replacing a complicated, cumbersome part that generally breaks in short order. Now we're going to set up the throw out for this so that it turns the brake light on exactly the right time. So I'm going to try and bring this to some semblance of correct. Sometimes the key falls out. That's okay. And we can see the switch moves on the track back and forth. Not very easily, but just like that. It goes all the way in. So it's on now? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to bring it a little bit more in. Right there. The next notch is off. That's off? Okay. So let me try pushing the pedal just a little. On? Off? On? That's perfect right there. So let me drop that key in now. Before the switch could be closed, it has to be rotated 90 degrees. So you can see that pink dot right there. And with it rotated, I then push that green clip back up. That locks everything in place. And I'll try it again. If I do it, it'll move my light though. But I'm told that it's in the perfect position. So we just got one fur clip, nothing more to break, no convoluted pieces. I'll show the pieces that were removed that this one little fur clip replaced. So this is what we recovered. It's like a dried out rubber piece. It was like a little piece at the end that kept it seated in that hole. It gets old, it cracks off, and your battery dies. Who would have thought? Well, this is Kia. Now we look, and I'll have my assistant very lightly touch the brake pedal. Very lightly. The key's out of the ignition. Just touch it. There you go, and let go. Perfect. Brakes are now in operating order. Fur clip will last forever. And there it is, and we're back, and we've been driving around, and we've done everything we could to get anything to fail. We checked, the light has not turned back on the traction control computer, right?
Yep.
We have driven in a manual fashion, in the automatic fashion, slow, fast, bumping on hills, anything to jar this system. And it drives like a new car for the cost of a fur clip and fitting my butt down there.
And some sweat.
And some sweat,
Just
right?
a little bit, yeah.
And a dog running out of the garage. And this thing is running like brand new. There's not a problem to be had in this car now, right? Mm-hmm. So this was definitely a successful mission. And I hope everybody found this to be a helpful video, and don't bring like your Kia in to pay like $700.
Oh dear God, don't go to the mechanic.
To have a 10-cent fur clip replaced that just about anybody could do, right? Mm-hmm. So I hope you found this enjoyable. Hit that like button if you found it helpful. It helps me a lot. And thanks for watching.
Hey, thank you.
Let's say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Would you like to reply?